Before I get into specifically what it is, I want to kind of make a comment about the state of the market. I mean, long story short, everyone knows it's a little bit of a tricky market, but it's one of those things when you go back to, I don't know, what was it, '08, that time when the market was really tough, maybe more so in the States than here. That was the time, if you look, that's when like Uber was created, when Airbnb was created. Like a lot of these big names that we know now that we just take for granted, maybe as these amazing tech platforms, they started in these down markets, right? So why is that? Why does that happen? I think a big reason why that happens is because, well, two things. One is that there's a need now for new ways of doing things, right? So the market's great. It's like, why change? Why do I need to disrupt things? Things are good. I'm good to go. When things aren't so good, people now are hungry. And I think that, necessity is the greatest motivator in some cases. And some people are looking around right now in the mortgage market today when it's not so great and saying, hey, we need to be doing maybe some new things. And so I think it creates that necessity, which is great. And I think it also frees up people's time. So again, when things are great, the market's great, people are just like slamming deals, right? Just going through them. Employment market's great. So, you just throw out your resume, you're going to get a job. Maybe not that easy, but you get my drift. But in a tough market again, hey, that's not happening, right? So now people have to maybe start new things instead of just going and getting a job at a big tech company. They have to maybe start something. And this is happening for many people at once. So a lot of these smart people are looking for great things to do, and that's leading to new innovation. So that's my preamble. What am I talking about? What do I get into? Well, it's come across my desk, which is really kind of coincidental and interesting, is these platforms that are helping clients engage. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but it is an interesting trend. And I think I don't want to get into specifics. I'm actually talking to these firms. I want to do an episode specifically on them. But what I'll quickly mention is this actually came across in the ILMB group. So I'm not, doing anything that's proprietary or anything. But yeah, they're throwing up a webinar. By the time this episode comes out, this webinar will already happen. But you can see Lendesk is promoting it, but they have a new partner. It's called, here we go. Lendesk will be introducing a new partner, OwnWell. So, okay, there's this platform called OwnWell, and they're doing new ways to engage with your clients. Seems interesting. I'm seeing things about estimating the market value of your home. So again, I think it's, finding these new innovative ways to engage with your clients. This OwnWell platform seems to be doing that. And like I said, it's come across my desk. I've chatted with the people here, and I think we'll do an episode on it. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, this seems interesting to you, we're going to be doing a deep dive in the next few weeks on this platform and what it looks like. Another thing that came across my desk, just interesting, that's why I want to bring it up in this episode. Very similar type platform. There's obviously nuances, and that's what we'll get into in the upcoming weeks as we do deeper dives into each of these platforms. But the other one is BrokerBot. So very similar. You can see that it's basically saying it's a engagement tool working with lenders, mortgages, and real estate agents, but they focus on the market value of their home. Yeah, I think it just speaks to that. I've heard about this. There's this platform called HomeBot, which I think maybe came out in '08. So maybe just proves my point. And they've been doing this in the States with a lot of success, huge platform. That was whatever 15 years ago, and it's taken that long to come to Canada. There's a bunch of reasons why, but maybe one of the biggest reasons is this down market. And now people are looking around, finding new ways to provide value. And, I think it's interesting that seeing two competitors coming out at around the same time, going head to head, I think that's just good for the consumer. I think that competition is healthy. We want to encourage it. We want to make sure it's good. We want to be completely honest in our evaluations of each of these platforms because that's how we're going to get the best results at the end of the day. That's what we're going to try and do on this podcast. But I think even as individual consumers, I would encourage everyone to do that because that's how you give good feedback. That's how these platforms get better. And that's how, the industry moves forward.